Okay, y'all, I'm a little embarrassed. Ooh, that lighting. Oh yeah, horrible. Okay, I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but I'm on my way. I'm getting ready for my first date in 5 years. 5 years. Okay, so because of Corona, I'll tell y'all the story a little bit later, but yeah, 5 years. So I felt like you should document this, girl. This is pretty big. So yeah, stay tuned. Gotta fix my hair. You have to know your worth, so of the hardship, regardless of the stress at work, the stress at school. Okay, so I just dropped my children off. This date almost got canceled, and I kind of have an attitude like, sir, I don't even know, I don't know. Tell me what you think. I'm going to put the text conversation up so that you can see it. So basically, I sent a nice text and I said, hey, it's looking real 6:30ish for me, but I'll probably be there a little bit before. This young man said, okay, well, maybe we'll try it another time. Okay. So I understand, not taking advantage of someone's time, definitely. So if you were going to be late, I pretty much just would have, been like, okay, keep that in mind. Maybe this person runs a little late, but, that's just not like a deal breaker to me. So I replied and I said, well, maybe we won't try it again, because if you're going to cancel the whole date over 15, 20 minutes, hey, you're something different and I don't want that. To me, that's just, I don't know. That was petty to me. Let me know what you guys think about that. Being late, is that a deal breaker? Like, you're going to cancel the whole day? I could see if it was an hour, something longer, but I'm going to be 30 minutes late. Definitely going to try to be there a little bit before. Most likely I am going to be there before. That's nothing to cancel a date for, so that got me feeling some type of way. I'm just like, eh. But anyways, I just dropped the children off and I'm on my way, so we'll see how this goes. And I'm pretty much on a scale of 1 to 10. My excitement level for this date is at a 3. I'm more excited to get out of the house. It's not that I'm not interested in him. I am interested in him, but through phone conversation, it's kind of like, I don't know. So this date is more so going to let me know, what's really up. So yeah, that's what this is about. Stay tuned. As you can see, today is a completely different day. So let me catch y'all up. During that date, I did not expect it to go this way. I really didn't know what was going to happen, but I did think this was going to be a cute little fun video just about, a single mom getting back out there into the dating world. But definitely, it was that, definitely. But yeah, something different. There's always a plot twist, right? So let's backtrack. Before the date, me and this guy had been talking for pretty much a month, 3 weeks and some change. We had been talking for about a month on the phone daily, doing video calls, and we had several conversations. he kept expressing to me how he really was into me, and in a way it was almost like he was rushing a thing, and I'm so not into rushing anything. So I just was like, I was trying to be chill about the whole situation, and there would be conversations, and I did not have any intentions on making this video all spiritual, but I guess when that's your life, hey, it is what it is. But there were conversations, me and him, we would often talk about God, often talk about religion, scriptures, different things like that. But still, he would find his way, even on the first conversation. His talk was so sexual, or he went there. He would find his way to some sexual talk. And I'm like, who does this on the first conversation? I get it. They're visual, and hey, men are men. And humans, hey, sex is a thing that people like. So I understand all of that. But it's like, you could chill as well. You don't have to talk about that on the first conversation whatsoever. You just don't. So I kind of let it slide, kept that in the back of my head. Like, I don't know about that. Like, ugh. So that was that. During the dates, we had probably 2 good conversations. Everything was good. And I'm sharing this with y'all, YouTube fam. Hey, I'm not going to just blast this out to absolutely everybody, but whoever comes across this video, these are things that we deal with. So I'm sharing this with you guys. I'm eating a cherry out of my drink. And this man, he's like, ooh, can you eat that again? I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, let me go back. Even before I met him, my spiritual mom, she would say often, like, every man with the call that you have on your life, again, sorry to make it so spiritual, but with what God is having you to do in your life, every man that comes in your path is absolutely not your man, or not for you necessarily to go there with. God could be sending them for different reasons, but she would always say, just be careful with that. Because women, we can get a hold of something and think, oh, yes, this may be it, so she would always say, just be careful with that, be careful. So I'm in this place where I am considering myself dating with God, and, just dating and keeping God at the foundation of everything. So my eyes are open, my ears are open, everything like that. So I let you slide with your sexual talk, okay? But I still knew, no, that's a red flag, because it happened so fast and you were being a little bit too vulgar. So that during the dinner, you're getting all hot and ready and excited, I guess, over me eating cherries. Crazy. And I'm like, whatever. So after dinner, and again, like I said earlier, this date was really a determining factor for me. So after dinner, it was raining. So, we were still talking. He sat in my car, and this did it for me. He sat in my car. We were talking. He grabbed my hand. That's fine. He kissed my hand. That's fine. It may not be fine for somebody else, but that was fine for me. Kiss my hand. But when you begin to kiss my hand, then open your mouth and like French kiss and do so much to my hand and fingers. I said, Corona is out here. Like, get back. I do not want your saliva touching me. Like, I called my best friend and was like, oh my God. Like, I was upset about that. I gladly took my hand, pumped my hand sanitizer. Ugh. But at that moment, I told him, I'm like, you know what? We've had, and I felt very comfortable doing this because we talked about spiritual things, and he knows where I stand, and I know where he is in his relationship with God. So we could have this conversation. I said, you know what? There is a lustful spirit on you. Like, you gotta relax. He was like, oh, you think that's bad? That's sexual? I said, the way that you're trying to downplay it, that alone, something is not right there. And you want to be careful with that, because everybody's not going to give you a calm response to that. And it's not normal for, I understand people do it, but I've had conversations with several guys in my past, like several guys. Everybody does not talk about sex immediately. Everybody does not get very vulgar and sexual on the first dates. That's not a thing that you should be doing, especially at our age now. Like, grow up. So I just let him know that I'm not comfortable with that, and you should pipe it down. I understand you're a man, you like what you see, or you want what you want. I don't know. I get that, but that's not okay. And he was like, oh, well, he still tries to downplay it. But I felt like I needed to tell him that, because I knew that we weren't going to go anywhere. And hey, maybe you were sent in my life just for me to call that thing out, to help you to calm down. And I let him know it's okay to have, like what you like, but you have to have that thing under control. And he knew exactly where I was coming from. So that was that with that date. Actually after that, I met him through a friend. So our friend, my cousin, was having a birthday party. Her friend was there, the friend who I met him through, and he came to the birthday party. So after that, he still was acting like we were on our date, and we were talking still. That was that. In my head, I knew, no. But, even after that, he said, I really enjoyed myself with you this whole day. Like, I'm looking forward to everything. And the next day I heard from him, good morning text, good morning back. But I haven't heard from him since. And I'm glad about it. Because I was going to cut it off. But I didn't have to cut it off. Sometimes you don't be wanting to have to be the bad guy. So we both cut it off pretty much. So that was that. Long story. But, okay, backstory. Why it's been 5 years for me. It's been 5 years since I've been on a date. It started out with, I'm telling you, I was focusing on my relationship with God. I have, again, 3 children, 3 different guys, are their dads. And I just got to a place, I'm chilling. Like, I done it all. What Shorty Low say, I done it all, okay? So I'm chilling. So I got to a point where I'm like, I'm not going to date. I don't even want to talk to anybody. I'm going to focus on me, my kids, focus on God, focus on my business. That's what I did. And life happens. The 5 years, it sounds horrible, but it just went by so fast. So now I'm like, dang, 5 years, that's crazy. But it went by so fast. And when you're, tunnel vision and you got so much going on, hey, that's what happens. So that's why it's been 5 years. I learned so much about myself. Oh my gosh. I grew as a woman big time. Like, I grew spiritually big time. And I'm so grateful for the 5 years. Very grateful for it. So that's why it's been 5 years. Here we are. It comes, 2020, top of the year. I'm like, you know what, God? I actually feel like I'm ready. I'm ready to be a wife. I'm ready to be married. I'm ready to get out there and date and, see what it's like. I'm ready to meet who you have for me, basically. I told God that. I was sincere about it. I had never said that within the 5 years. But I'm like, God, I'm ready. Literally, like the next week, he sends a guy into my life. And that was my little boo. That was my boo, for real. But, hey, it didn't work out. Literally, I cut it off with him in June. And, Corona came around. We weren't able to go out how we wanted to go out. So we would do, pick up something to eat, and hang out, do stuff like that. So Corona came, no dating. So that's why this was my official first date. But when I cut it off with him in June, I really did not want to do that. And it's so crazy because I was going through my dream book, because I have dreams often. So I was going through my book and I saw it was dated June 2019. And I had a dream that I was in a relationship with a guy. I loved everything about him. He liked everything about me, but I just knew that it wasn't right. I knew I couldn't stay in it. I just had this feeling like I can't stay in it. It's not going to be right. Even though things seem good, I know that's not the one because of other things. I'm not going to get into that, but I knew that this wasn't the one. So I looked at that dream. I'm like, wow, this is him. This dream is manifesting. So I actually had to cut it off with him. Didn't want to, but definitely wanted to follow God. And that was that with him. And then here comes this man. So in the beginning of the year, I'm like, God, I got about 3, maybe 4 of them in me. The husband needs to be in one of them. So God, we down to 2 more Jesus. Like, I ain't trying to be out here just dating. No, this video might not be for everybody, of course. But it is for, I wanted to make it for single moms and women who are, like me, getting back out into the dating world. Life happens. We're so busy. Sometimes we don't have time. Sometimes you're like me where you purposely just don't want it or know you don't need it. Or maybe sometimes you do want it and it hasn't happened. So, okay, you're ready to date. You're ready to meet the one that is for you. Again, I'm talking about dating with a purpose, because I personally do not want to date just to be dating and having fun. Like, I've done all of that. I want to date with a purpose. Dating with a purpose does not mean everybody I'm dating, ooh, husband. No. I just have that in my mind that that's what I want. So this is for women like that. My story, my situation, of course, is not going to be everybody's. It's not going to be exactly how yours was. But there were a few things that I found through this. Actually, a lot of things. But I want to go over 3 things that I found throughout this process that I just feel like, yeah, everybody should keep that in the back of their mind. Everybody should know that. So let's get right into it. The first tip or realization that I had when you're jumping back into the dating world: be prepared to learn things about yourself. You think you're getting out there, you have done all this self-work and growth, you know things about yourself. Oh, honey, when you're dealing with an extra person, oh, you're going to learn things about yourself even more. You're going to be tested in areas where you say you have grown. And yeah, you get to really see how you would react to certain things. So be prepared to learn things about yourself. I learned that I can have patience when I want to. You need patience. So be prepared to learn things about yourself. The second thing, understand that nobody is obligated to nobody. It's fresh. It's new. You're not obligated to him. He's not obligated to you. Sometimes people think, oh, I like him. Oh, he gotta like me back. No. You can... we say, oh, I don't want you to just want me for my looks. But at the end of the day, when you come across somebody, the first thing you notice is how they look most of the time. Most of the time. The first thing you notice is looks. So yeah, you're gonna like what you see. But when you really get into it, you're going to realize other things. They're going to realize other things about you. Baby, you're not perfect. Ma'am, you're not perfect. Sir, you're not perfect. So you look good, but you're not perfect. So you're not obligated to a person. Relax on your feelings, please. When you're jumping into something new and fresh, a new relationship, please know no one is obligated to a thing. That's going to cut out these emotional roller coasters I like to say a lot of women go through. It seems like men, hey, they don't have those problems. It be us. But understanding that you're not obligated to him, he's not obligated to you, that'll help out a lot with that. And then the last thing is, what did I say? Yeah, go with your gut, go with your intuition, go with God. When you have thoughts, because like I said with this second guy, the guy I went on the date with, I knew, like, I had thoughts like, I don't really think this is going to work, because I think he may have extra motives. He may not have, but like I said, that one thing was just coming real strong, and I wasn't feeling you that much anyway to try to work with you through that, and I don't think that was my job anyway. So when you're doing a thing with God, listen. Be prepared to listen. Be prepared to go with your gut. Be prepared to go with what you know. It is okay to do that. In doing that, in going with your gut, definitely understand the difference between your past relationships and this current situation, because all guys are not the same. Whatever you went through in your past is not what you're going through today necessarily. You can't go into a thing thinking, oh, I know this or that. No, you have to be patient. You have to be calm. You don't know a person, so you can't jump to your conclusions. Every man is not the same. Unfortunately, some people want to believe that. No, every guy is not the same. Guys have some of the same things that they do. They're different from us, but they are not the same. So be prepared to go with your gut. That is totally fine. But just know the difference between past and current. And if you ask God, clarify this thing for me. Okay, what is he here for? Okay, what's up with this? When you sincerely seek those things and want to know, be prepared to get that answer. And again, go back to number 2. Nobody's obligated to anybody. So those were the 3 things that I realized. I've realized so much more over this whole year with this thing. But those were the 3 things I wanted to bring on today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any questions, any comments, definitely leave them below. Please do not forget, like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to need you guys to like the video. Really subscribe, okay? So that you can get that notification when I'm posting. Like, subscribe, and share. And good luck out there, girl. Be blessed. Bye.